Hey, I'm Jess Keating, and you're watching Animalogic Second Nature.
Is there a black sheep in your family? There are 4 in Elaine Knutson's. The 12-year-old 4-H girl from Petaluma, California is raising quadruplet lambs, 2 boys and 2 girls, all black. All black.
Melanism is an adaptation that serves 2 purposes. It increases an animal's chance of survival, and it makes it look awesome. Animals with melanism have an elevated level of melanin, a skin and hair pigment, and this condition can often improve the animal's camouflage.
Black is then added to give tonal value and depth to the colors. Color strongly influences our daily lives. It can appeal to us pleasantly.
Prey species like melanistic eastern gray squirrels become less conspicuous to predators, while predators like the melanistic leopards become more effective ambush hunters. Melanism occurs in hundreds of different species. For felines, the most popular melanistic species is the black panther, which are really melanistic leopards or jaguars, though melanism does occur in several other cat species, including the serval, domestic cat, and a few others. Leopards are nocturnal animals, so being darker in these dark environments makes them almost impossible to spot. Melanism occurs in about 11% of the leopard's range, but the vast majority of black panthers are found in the dense tropical rainforests of India and Southeast Asia. In some areas of the Malay Peninsula, almost all leopards are melanistic. In the exposed savanna, virtually all leopards are spotted. The gene for melanism in leopards is dominant, so even if a panther mates with a spotted leopard, their babies are likely to be panthers. Melanistic jaguars are more rare and only occur when both parents are melanistic. But if you're lucky enough to encounter one, it will probably be one of the most beautiful animals you'll ever see. The melanistic form of the red fox is the silver fox. They used to be relatively common, but overhunting has reduced the proportion of the population that's melanistic. Records from the Hudson's Bay Company show that up to 25% of the fox pelts traded in British Columbia from 1825 to 1850 were silver. Their pelts were more valuable than red pelts, which gave trappers an incentive to target them. Because of this, only about 5 to 10% of modern red foxes are silver. In squirrels, melanism is rare, with only about 1 in every 10,000 squirrels being totally black. This is caused by a recessive gene, and only a pair of black squirrels can mate to make melanistic babies.
This is what you might call a squirrely story. Meet Miss Florence Hinton of Grover City, California, who has trained a small platoon of the bushy-tailed little rodents into amiability and a desire to please. Snookums here is a motherly little old lady squirrel with quite a talent for babysitting.
Their coloration seems to be an adaptation for life in dense forests, as a way to be less conspicuous to owls and other raptors. Despite this, there are some urban areas where they thrive. My hometown of Toronto, Canada, has one of the largest concentrations of black squirrels in the world. Several other rodent species, like marmots and mice, have similar melanistic fashion sense. Melanism can be caused by human activity. This is known as industrial melanism and is one of the best examples that we've witnessed of natural selection in action. Industrial pollution kills lichen in trees and creates a lot of soot that builds up everywhere. This makes lighter individuals stand out more against their background, and the darker individuals more likely to survive. A particularly good example of this is the peppered moth. At the beginning of the 19th century, there were no records of melanistic pepper moths. They were all mostly light gray, but when the Industrial Revolution kicked in between 1820 and 1840, black peppered moths were reported. Their numbers increased rapidly, and by the end of the 19th century, 98% of peppered moths were black. Then, as environmental regulations were enacted and soot deposits washed away, the lighter morph recovered. Today, over 70% of peppered moths are mottled light gray.
This girl's hair looks light. when we see her between two dark-haired girls. But if her companions are light blondes, the girl in the center will now impress us as having dark hair.
Industrial melanism has occurred in over 70 species of Lepidoptera and a few beetles, but it's not the only reason some insects are melanistic. There is a positive correlation between insect melanism and pathogen resistance. Insects that live in high-density populations, such as Spodoptera moths, need to develop stronger immune systems. One of the ways they do that is by beefing up their phenyloxidase system, which kills or neutralizes pathogens by bombarding them with melanin. As a side effect, a higher proportion of them are born melanistic. In birds, melanism is rare, but melanistic penguins, owls, and quails, among others, have been reported. My two favorite melanistic birds by far are the black silky rooster and the Iam samani. Both of these domestic fowl are not only black on the outside, but also black on the inside.
See the eyes? The eyes is very black. Because in the tongue color is black, right? You have to make sure that everything is black. Thank you.
Their beaks, wattles, combs, tongues, bones, and even organs are all jet black. Their black coloration makes them much more attractive to breeders, and so their hyperpigmentation indirectly has led to higher chances of producing offspring. While samanis are quite rare, black silkies are very popular and known for being super docile and are sometimes kept as pets. And in case you're wondering, there are no known cases of melanistic humans, but there are lots of animals and humans with the opposite condition, albinism. But that's a conversation for another week.
The man is delirious. You don't actually believe he saw a white girl, do you?
So what should I talk about next? As always, please let us know down below in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for watching.